authors here, and I wrote a few notes that I wanted to share a little bit about her. If you didn't have the opportunity to hear her being interviewed on the morning conversation with Kyle Bailey yesterday, I'll kind of highlight some of the things that she talked about. And and she's working on her 7th book, and they are a wide range of genre that she's covering. Some of them are romance, suspense romance, and a generational read. That's her newest one. And probably the most popular around here is an one I most recently read, and it's a pretty exciting book, told from the canine's perspective, and the canine, and helping kind of raise Odin.
I appreciate everyone. It's a pretty good crowd, and I love it. I want to say a special thank you to Mayor Michelle for inviting me here to meet all of you. And I also want to say thank you to your director, Pat. He's amazing. He's had great communication with me, and he got you some surprises. I want to throw that out. And for just having me at this beautiful library. I appreciate you welcoming me into your community. So I would like to start off with, how many of you are readers? Yay. Okay. And how many of you are authors? Could you consider yourself an author? Anybody? Oh, come on. How about people that don't consider yourself an author but like writing? Awesome. Okay. So out of you that raised your hand, realize I am Lisa Slater. And so I started writing when I was a little girl. And I specifically in school. And my teacher said, okay, we're going to do this. This is classwork. And I'm like, work? This is work? For us that like writing, this isn't work, this is fun. This is like going out to recess and play. Last year is A Home for Love, and a version of the story for me 20 years ago. Meticulously, she printed every last endless page on her old printer, replacing the ink again and again. You guys remember when ink only lasted for like 10 pages? Yeah. You saw the book. Then, after punching an exhausting number of holes into all that paper, she delicately slipped them into a dark blue leaf for Christmas. I said you still have it, but you guys know that. Today, I dedicate the final version of A Home for Love to her because she loved me first. I love you, Mom. If you guys would be so kind, would you help me appreciate my mother? I'm going to store the backstory to pick them up, look through, and read the backstory if you'd like to do. I do have a 7th one that I'm working on currently. It is written. I just need to go back through and edit it. It is that close to being done. It'll go through the editors, and I will release it in probably June, definitely July, because that's my first event in Coos County. I always release my books at home because my people are my community, and they've got my back, so they're first. Feel the need to write for others, and the answer, I have to start with this. There are 2 types, in my opinion. There's boilers and there's simmerers. So a boiler, when their thoughts come out, and they come out so energetically, and they come out so quickly and violently that they boil over the top of the pot and splash everywhere. Right? This is really hard. Right? I'm thinking, I'm boiling over. The other one is a simmerer. So when they're thinking, it typically stays below the level of the surface, simmers quietly at the bottom. You may or may not even know they're thinking. Because So probably 8 years ago, because Chancing Hope took me 2 years since I was working and writing. And since then, I've been putting out a book every year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What made you decide to write about Odin?
Ooh, I love that. Okay, so I wrote about him because being my husband's patrol job, wherever my husband is, whatever, but that was going to be really big. So I started a Facebook page and said what was going on in our community and the extended community. We were your dog's thinking. How many in here have dogs? Or cats? Yeah. And how do you know it's excited to see you? It can't tell you, right?
It greets you at the door.
Yeah. Exactly. You know how your dog is feeling.
The rabbit hole of imposter syndrome, which the struggle against that is another voice. So I was asking if you find that's an impediment to expressing your own writer's voice.
That's a beautiful question, and I like it. Another deep question. I love those. Really putting thought into it. And the answer is yes, it did. And that's kind of where Home for Love started, was when I was still battling that. And I wrote it tailored to what I thought. So I'm typically, say, working on the book I'm working on now. If I have ideas, I have a notebook for ideas. So I just write it down. If I have a dream or something, like, ooh, that would be good, I write down that dream, and then I forget about it.
And their main character, I know it's a fiction, and it's in the future, but the main character is a female detective, lieutenant detective, and it's very inspiring because it's a very strong female lead who
They were going through. I had noticed that that person was very much like that. And what was he? I wish I would have tabbed that. I could read you an excerpt from A Home for Love about a little chihuahua, because he's like attacked.
I should sign any of them that you would like. And I really appreciate you coming and sharing all of this. It was awesome.